There is no doubt about it. Babe Ruth was one of the best baseball players of all time. His career stats outstanding. Over 182 WAR, 2,800 plus hits, 714 home runs. But it was his 1927 season that stands out as one of the most remarkable in his career as a New York Yankee. In 1927, Ruth would score 158 runs, 192 hits, 60 home runs, including his 60th home run ball, as you see here. And of course, he had great teammates, but most of us were not around at that time to see Ruth in action. How would he do in the 2023 environment on whichever team that he may play for? Well, you're going to find out. We are going to colorize Babe Ruth. We are going to put him in 2023 because of OOTP 24. We can do that. Yes, Babe Ruth is stuck in the Matrix. He is going to play in the 2023 environment amongst some of the best players of today. 2023, Babe Ruth, welcome. We will find out if he can compare to Ohtani, Harper, Trout. Yes, Babe is up for the task. And if you enjoy this series and you want to play OOTP 24, download the game, use code LAPTOPPOUND24 and save 10% on your purchase. And watch the remainder of the series live on Twitch, where you can participate in the contest predicting how Ruth will do with each of the teams that he will play on. It is time. Let's get Babe in the Matrix. I hope you enjoyed the series. Doing with the Canadian Canada Day draft, it allows you to import players from different time eras. It allows you to replay seasons like Dr. Dynastic did on the weekend with his early era game with the Yankees. So many cool things other than Perfect Team that you can do with Out of the Park Baseball. So go check it out. If you're new to the stream and haven't heard much about Out of the Park Baseball, I'll put the link to the OOTP website in the forum. There you go, where you can go and you can purchase the game for about $40 American, about $45 Canadian. Well worth it. Believe me, if you love baseball, if you love simulation baseball, you're going to spend a lot of time playing this game. So another minute for you to fill out those Babe forms, and let's just import him into Colorado. So he's on the free agent list here. We're going to go down to editor right over here and put him in the major leagues. Again, we're playing the 1927, the import. 1927, arguably his best year in the major leagues. Okay, so we got him in the major leagues, and we got to put him on Colorado. There we go, in that beautiful purple coloring. We don't want to follow the Orioles. We want to follow the Rockies. And currently, Babe is, as he always seems to be, hitting third for the Colorado Rockies. So this is the Colorado lineup, opening day, April 1st, 2023. So if the rosters are different now, well, this goes back to April 1st. Tovar, Chris Bryant, Trejo, Profar, Blackmon, Daza, McMahon, and Diaz are playing for Colorado, and Babe steps into the left field position in the number 3 slot. 30 seconds if you still want to get involved in the contest. We've got 28 entries, so good chance at winning here. 30 seconds if you're still filling out that form. Get it in quick before I close it off. So let's go to the schedule and game 1. Always like to play his first game out. Give him a little bit of recognition, and he's going to be playing in Colorado, or in San Diego for game one. So as of April 1st, Colorado had already played 2 games. So he's going to have a little shortened season by 2 games, but it shouldn't make too much of a difference. Just hoping he doesn't get injuries. Injuries are on very low, suspensions are on low. So there's always that possibility that Babe could sit out some time. So far in this series, he's missed a maximum of 3 weeks. That's been his longest injury. All right, closing off the form in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Form is closed off. Let me just create the spreadsheet here quickly. And yes, we do have 28 entries. So let's go back and take a quick look at what you guys think here for the Babe. What is our breakdown? And wow, 68% of you, 19 believe that he's going to hit more than 60. 2/3 think he's going to break his record in Colorado. Well, I would say that's a pretty good bet. Almost half of you think he's going to have over 150 RBIs. We're looking at the majority of you thinking he's going to have a very good hit season, close to 200. Runs, pretty split. Some of you think he's going to have over 120, and the rest of you think between 100 and 119. He will win the MVP according to all but 2 of you. And of course, we got the couple tiebreakers to go along with it. All right, let's get this underway and find out how Babe does in Colorado. Here we go. Again, we're not going to watch all of game one. We are simply going to try to play out all his at bats. Once again, if the game crashes at any point during the season, we have to restart it all from the very beginning, but I would do a much faster sim if we do have to restart it. So just so you know, if you filled out the form and we crash, we start over with the season. Okay, Babe is going to be the third up. So let's play out the first inning. From Petco Park in San Diego, Tovar leads off, and what an outstanding diving play from the left fielder for the first out. Chris Bryant, he's got a little bit of power. He will strike out, and here's Babe's first at bat in that beautiful purple, going up against Yu Darvish. Full count, and Babe lines that into the gap into left center field. That is going to fall. That goes to the wall. Babe hustling around. Does Babe really hustle? Babe moving around the base pass with a double to lead off. Okay, let's go to the third inning. Ryan McMahon at the plate. Babe did not score in the first inning. They got out of the inning. It is 0-0, top of the third. And the Colorado Rockies, with 1 out, have a runner on second base to bring back up the top of the order. No, we got Severin. Oh, no, top of the order, Tovar. And that's going to move the runner to third. The second out, Chris Bryant has a chance to bring the runner home. He strikes out. Babe will not get up in the third inning. He will lead off the fourth inning. He's got a double so far. Yu Darvish delivers 3-2 count. That is high and outside. We've got 1 walk and a double for the Babe. Let's go ahead a couple innings to the 6th. And Babe must have got up again. They must have had a good inning in the 4th or 5th. So in the 5th inning, Babe did get up with a single. So he's 2 for 2 with a walk so far, and he would score with the game's first run, I believe. Let's jump ahead now to the 7th. Yes, Babe will get up in the 7th. 2 for 2 with the run scored and a walk for the Babe. One away. 4-0 for the Rockies. I think they could go deep in the playoffs. Babe Ruth up, hitting 1,000 so far in his career in Colorado. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a fly out to center field. Let's jump ahead to the 9th. And we'll play it out just because he may get up again. Long fly ball to the right fielder. McMahon at the plate. He's 1 for 3. Another fly out to center field. And the catcher pounds one into the center field. That will fall for a single. We go to the top of the order. Tovar at the lineup. At the plate, he drives one into center field. That will do it. So unless San Diego ties it up, which they do not, Babe wins his first game with the Colorado Rockies. He goes 2 for 3, 1 RBI, 1 walk. So that's going to pad his stats a little bit. Very successful start for the Babe. All right, let's sim ahead to the beginning of May. Babe often has a slow start in this career. In this series, his best start was in Cleveland. Let's see if he can keep that up. You see his stats over on the right-hand side of the screen. I'm not seeing Babe Ruth anywhere near the top other than on base plus slugging and batter WAR. Jazz Chisholm had the home run lead for a while, still does. Kyle Schwarber takes the home run lead in April. Babe not in the top 3. All right, let's go full screen so you can see the stats a little better. Be nice if on OOTP you could zoom in a little bit. Can't do that. You can make bigger fonts in the setting, but you can't just control plus to get the larger screen. At least I haven't been able to. All right, after the first month, where are the Rockies? We want the NL West. Second place behind the Los Angeles Dodgers. 2 games back. They are over 500. And the Babe is settling in. He is on a hot streak. He is hot. Hitting 341. 7 home runs. He's projected for 39. Not very good news for those of you that picked 60 or over. But again, Babe always starts slow in this series. 20 RBIs, projected to hit 112. All right, let's sim ahead to the beginning of June. But a 200 OPS plus, yes. Leading batting WAR, leading on base and slugging. He is now the home run leader. He is up to 16. So he definitely had a hot start to the month of May. 17 home runs, ties Joey Gallo for the MLB home run lead, up to 20 now. May is good for the Babe. Oh, look at him go. They must have had a lot of home games in May because he is on fire. 3 more home runs than Joey Gallo. All right, let's check out the standings first. Colorado, they got to be up there with the Dodgers still. No, they have fallen 5 games back, 1 game over 500, so they're still in contention. Let's take a look at the stats and look for that beautiful Babe pitcher, not Austin Hayes. I don't want to see you, Austin. There we go. Look at that. We've got almost a full screen. Leading all the categories, 23 home runs, one over Joey Gallo, leading an average 374. There was one year in his career where he almost hit 400. He was a few hits short. I think it was 4 hits short of hitting 400. 496 OBP, 4.8 WAR, crushing it. Leading in total bases, leading in extra base hits, win probability, WOBA, OPS plus, crushing it at 230. This guy's pretty good at baseball. Well, Moustakas is injured. Babe, where are you? You're still hitting third. Projected to hit 65. What a turnaround that month of May was. Colorado is good. Let's take a look at his game log here. Multiple home runs against Arizona in a 7-3 loss, 2 home runs against Miami in a 15-14 win. There's some old school baseball in Colorado. Go figure. 29 runs scored in Colorado. Babe Ruth went 3 for 4, 2 RBIs, 2 home runs. 2 home runs against Pittsburgh. He had 2 home runs against Milwaukee. And I don't see any 3 home run games. Biggest RBIs, he had 5 RBIs against Pittsburgh one game, and I think that is the most. So once again, 2/3 of you predicted Babe Ruth would have over 60 home runs, and he is proving that to be true. We're going to sim up to the All-Star game. And we're going to switch screens once again and talk a little bit about this day in baseball. Way back 110 years ago, on the eve of World War I, Washington's Walter Johnson would start his 14-game winning streak. How long is 14 games, you may ask? Well, he won't lose for another 2 months. On this day, 110 years ago, the one, the only, the great, the perfect card we can't all wait to get because it's going to be meta, Walter Johnson. On this day, in 1917, Hank Gowdy, remember Hank Gowdy from Perfect Team? He will be the first major league player to enlist in World War I. So those of you that know your war history, America did not declare war. They did not get involved until 1917. And Gowdy, the first one of the Major League Baseball players to enlist. On this day, in 1922, Bill Force, one of the great, I think he's a silver level perfect team pitcher. If you don't have Bill Force, you might want to consider adding him to your team. A no-hitter for Bill Force against the St. Louis Giants at Mack Park in a Negro League national game. Gowdy. Bill Force was a force on that day, no hitting the Giants. And did you know, are you a historian of the take me out to the ball game theme that we all know, we all love? It's even in OOTP in the 7th inning. On this day in 1940, 83 years ago, to honor the lyricist, Jack Northworth Day is celebrated at Ebbets Field in Brooklyn. Neither Norwith nor his partner Albert von Tilzer, who wrote the music, had ever seen a game when they created the song in 1908. There you go. 1908. Never seen a game. And yet they will go down in history as probably the most famous song in baseball history. On this day in 1958, Billy Pierce would retire 26 consecutive batters, and then a pinch hitter comes up, Ed Fitzgerald, with a weak double, and that would be the only hit. Close, so close. This is like a Dave Steeb moment. One out from a probably, I don't know if it's a perfect game or just a no hitter. Must be a perfect game if it's consecutive batters. One out away, and then the pinch hitter gets the double. We don't have the Ozzy Osbourne version, Dr. Dynastic. Maybe we need, an Alice Cooper version. Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, you would think that the people that wrote the song would be fans of baseball, but apparently not. Some of the best music ever written were by artists that never believed that the song would become popular. I know when I taught history, there was Tchaikovsky, very famous classical composer, Russian classical composer. And when the Russians basically defeated Napoleon back in the War of 1812, when Napoleon went on that huge march to Russia and went into Moscow, and then the Russians, basically waited him out until the winter hit and cut off their supplies. And then Napoleon retreated and barely made it out alive. Well, the Tsar, I believe it was Alexander the First, commissioned Tchaikovsky to write a victory song. And Tchaikovsky, who is famous for other classical work, didn't really want to because it wasn't his thing. But he decided, okay, I'm going to write this song. It's not going to be famous. It's not going to be well known, but okay, the Tsar wants me to do it. And so he wrote this overture celebrating the victory of the Russians over Napoleon. And it would be his best known piece of music. You all know it, the Tchaikovsky 1812 overture. And then you'd have the cannons going off. Boom. Yeah. That's how Rich scored his number one hit in Belgium. Can I get a professional in here? There you go. There's your history lesson from Lap for today. So not only does Billy Pierce come one out away, but also Take Me Out to the Ball Game is celebrated in 1940, honoring the creators of Take Me Out to the Ball Game who had never seen a game when they created the song in 1908. And on this day in 1963, in a very, very small crowd in Fenway Park, less than 7,000 fans would see one of the greatest catches. We all know the Willie Mays catch, but do you know the El Luplo catch? He raced full tilt for the Dick Williams drive to right center field, reached over the fence and gloved the ball while flipping over the barrier into the bullpen. I don't know if that's on video. There must be a clip of that. The great catch off of Dick Williams in Cleveland's 6-4 win. No, you're thinking of Boney M. Come on, think back, Cubs fan Steve, to the 70s and the disco balls where you were like, staying alive, right? You went to the discotheque. Don't you lie, Steve. You went to the discotheque and listened to Boney M playing Rasputin. I know it was a long time ago, but you have the two composers mixed up there. And on this day, back in 1964, Roberto Clemente. We know we're going to get a perfect card of Roberto Clemente soon. A 2-run tape measure double would find its way out of Forbes Field at its farthest point, touching off Pittsburgh's come-from-behind 8th-inning game-winning rally over Cincinnati. And speaking of Dick Schofield, who we featured yesterday, father and son, Dick Schofield singled, Bill Verdon doubled, and both would score on Clemente's ground rule double that bounced over the center field wall. There you go. Over the farthest point in Forbes Field. Well, let's get back to Babe in Colorado. He's had his rest. It is the All-Star break. Again, we are playing with the import of Babe Ruth from 1927. Just one of the many, many great things that you can do with this game. It's not all about perfect team. It's not all about franchise. So many things you can do. You can have fictional leagues. You can name players after your favorite relatives. All that stuff you can do in this game. Okay, let's bring OOTP back. Here we go. We are on July 11th, 2023. The Colorado Rockies are currently last. Babe. Oh no. 24 games out. Colorado Rockies are not making the playoffs. They are currently 1-9. We just got to hope that Babe isn't injured. Babe Ruth is still on a hot streak. Babe is hot. He has 32 home runs, projected to hit 57. Getting close there, people. He did not have a great June or start to his July. Babe Ruth, 57 home runs. 2/3 of you projected he'd hit over 60. Well, we do have an All-Star game. If he is not voted into the All-Star game as a starter, I give you guys permission to passively riot. Yes, you can passively riot if he's not a starter. And he is. Hitting third in the lineup, Mookie Betts, Jeff McNeil, Austin Riley, Freddie Freeman, Real Muto, Newt Bar, Marte, Ahmed, and Verlander is your starting pitcher for the National League. Well, we got to take a look at Babe Ruth's at-bat in the All-Star game. He may only have one at-bat. He is hitting third. Mookie Betts is going to lead this All-Star game off. We are coming from Oracle Park. And Mookie goes down swinging on a 3-2 count. Kevin Gausman, Blue Jay starting pitcher, gets the start today for the American League. Jeff McNeil at the plate. And Jeff McNeil drives one to second base, 2 away. But here it is. And the stands do not look full. I see some empty seats out there in the bleachers. Come on, Oracle Park. Be better. Be better, Oracle. All right, Babe Ruth at the plate. 70 power, 80 eye. 3-0 count, and Gausman is not having smart man. Very, very smart man. On a 4-pitch count, the Babe gets walked. All right, let's go ahead to the third inning. Babe is still in the game, 1-0 for the National League. Mookie Betts starts it off with a drive into center field. That is going to bounce in front of the center fielder. We have 1 on for Jeff McNeil. Jacob deGrom in the game, and Jeff McNeil says, almost, Jacob. I scared you, didn't I? All right, we have 1 on, 1 out. Babe Ruth, who walked on a 3-0 count, but now is facing deGrom. 2-2 count. Babe with the liner to right field. That is going to drop just in front of the warning track, and Babe gets his first hit of the All-Star game. All right, let's jump ahead a couple innings to the 5th inning. It is 2-2. Babe still projected to hit second here. Jeff McNeil at the plate. He drives one into left field. That is going to go almost to the wall. McNeil rounds first and heads to second, standing up. Babe is back up, 1 for 1 on the game with a walk, facing Jordan Lyles from the Kansas City Royal. You're facing a Royal. Babe is digging in. He takes a couple practice swings. 2-2 count. And he goes down swinging. Oh, he will probably be replaced now. Let's go to the seventh. And in the seventh inning, 6-2 for the AL. Babe is still in the game. Let's see if he can get back up in the top of the seventh inning. Acuna Jr. replaces Mookie Betts, and he does so with force with a drive to center field. And the leadoff man is on. Takes that pitch low. We've got, oh no, it is on the corner. No protest from the batter. Oh, you didn't, game. You're down 6-2. And you pinch hit for Babe Ruth? You pinch hit for the Babe? Okay, I get it. You want other players to get in the game. It's the All-Star game. But you pinch hit. Let's watch this pinch hit attempt. Let's see if it was a smart move. Look at that. Fielder's choice. Well, Babe is out of the game, so we can finish it off. And we'll take a quick look at his all-star stats. 2 at-bats, 1 hit, 1 walk. And the game would end up 7-2 for the American League. Yeah, I know, Ezra. The All-Star game, watching the managers, the AI managers do the All-Star game, it's just, there's been many occasions where you kind of question their calls. I remember when the Philadelphia manager a few sims ago didn't put any reserves in the All-Star game until the 9th inning or 8th inning. Well, let's sim to the end of July. Take a peek at how Babe is doing just after the midway mark. 32 home runs, tied with Kyle Schwarber for the AL Home Run League. Joey Gallo is leading the entire league with 36. Babe is stuttering. That Colorado air is getting to him. Those high altitudes. They shouldn't. He should be hitting a lot more home runs. 34 on the season, 35 as we're almost at the end of July, 36. And now he's tied with Schwarber. So he's on a little bit of a streak now. I think he's had home runs in at least 4 of his last 5 games. I know. I thought for sure. I thought he could save the Rockies. Makes me really afraid when he goes into Oakland. If you can't save the Rockies, how are you going to do in Oakland? So at the end of July, we have the Colorado Rockies, who were in last place. Let's see if they've got out of the NL West basement. Nope. But hey, they're 6-4. Look for the positives in life. 6-4 in the last 10 games. And Babe is he's still on a hit streak. He's doing his best. He's got 38 home runs, projected now to hit 58. OOTP, why do you do this to us? Why do you tease us? It's like they don't want him to break his personal record. 58 projected for the Babe. But again, I think he's been on a bit of a streak. Yeah, he's hit 1, 2, 3 home runs in the last 5 games. Let's look at let's check out the schedule. Let's see if he has a lot of home games coming up. No, he is on the road for the next 10 games. A lot of road games coming up, going to St. Louis, Milwaukee, playing the Dodgers, and then he's home to Arizona, the White Sox, and Atlanta to finish off the month. All right, we are going to September 1st. go to September. As we're doing that, we'll finish off with a few more Babe facts, some more teachable moments, viewers, teachable moments about Babe. Did you know? Did you that Babe, when he played a game on July 16th in the Polo Grounds in left field, he lost the ball in the sun. And since that moment, he refused ever to play in the sun field again, and he didn't. Talk about power by a player in 1922. Got embarrassed. The sun got him and said, "That's it. I'm not playing in the sun again." Therefore, his position was always determined by the geographical orientation of the ballpark that he was playing in. And for the rest of his career, he played exclusively in right field when he was at the Polo Grounds and Yankee Stadium, as well as in Washington and Cleveland. Interesting. Left field, Boston, Chicago, Detroit, Philadelphia, St. Louis, where the sun didn't come into play. So yeah, Babe was afraid of the sun. Didn't want to be embarrassed too much. Yeah, there will be a quiz. You got it. Us teachers, D. Dempsey, we're on the same page. There will be a quiz Thursday. Well, in reality, there will be a quiz, but Warbot will be creating that quiz. Yankee Stadium dubbed the house that Ruth built. We all know that, right? The house that Ruth built. Well, Yankee Stadium, Ruth would hit the first home run. Makes sense. A 3-run shot in the third inning off of Howard Emke in the Yankee 4-1 victory. So 1923, new ballpark in New York, and Babe christens it with the first home run. In July 1923, I did not know this one. Sam Crawford, great baseball player. I had his platinum card last year. What a fantastic card it was in OOTP 23. We haven't seen one yet this year. I'm sure there will be one coming. But did you know that Sam Crawford helped Babe Ruth compose a 4-piece baseball bat? Yeah, 4 pieces of wood glued together, and Babe would use it in 1923. But then the league banned it. Ban Johnson instituted a rule change late in August, which insisted all bats had to be made of a single piece of wood. And did you know that while using that Sam Crawford composed bat, Ruth hit 457, 18 home runs in 53 games? Yeah, he'd have the little fire symbol beside him because he was on fire. But hey, you can't make players too good. It's like the Edmonton Oiler power play rule from the 1980s when the Edmonton Oilers dominated power plays. And so the NHL came up with a few rule changes to work against the Wayne Gretzky led team. And one more for you, showing the dedication of Babe Ruth in 1924, July 5th. Ruth gave himself, I guess, maybe a concussion, knocked himself out by running headfirst into the concrete wall in Washington's Griffith Stadium. For those of you that have been to Washington, is that stadium still there, Griffith Stadium? I'm curious if it's still there. He was out cold for 5 minutes, but Babe stayed in the game. And he went 3 for 3 with 2 doubles, and then even played in the nightcap of the doubleheader. I can imagine he had a few beverages after the game was over, after slamming head first into a concrete wall. Yeah. And as Cobra says, he once heard the saying, "I am only playing where the sun don't shine." Okay, there's your Babe Ruth facts. Let's go back to the game. Okay, we are now at the beginning of September, a key moment. Colorado, 53 and 80. You're not making the playoffs. Oakland, 48 and 86. No playoffs. So using the opening day lineups from 2023, the only difference is Babe Ruth is in the game. The Blue Jays, the Twins, the Rangers, the Padres, Dodgers, Cardinals, and the Braves all leading their divisions or in a playoff spot. Worst record in baseball belongs to the Oakland A's, but the Washington Nationals are putting up a fight to be the worst team in baseball. And the Yankees, a dreadful 57 and 77. That is your September 1st standings. The Babe, how's he doing? Well, he's not on a hit streak anymore, but he's making a lot of you nervous. 48 home runs, projected to hit 58. He's got 117 ribbies, 164 hits, projected to hit 200, and 115 runs, projected to hit 140. Right on the edge of a lot of those categories. And look at this. How beautiful does that look? The first 7 batting categories has Babe. Only Tovar, but that's at bats, and Tim Anderson with hits displace Babe on this screen. We scroll down, and he covers a lot of the bottom screen too. This is, I think, the best. This is the most we've seen Babe Ruth on the leaderboard. So Colorado, not a very good year. Babe, really good year. All right. Well, we're not going to sim the whole month. We're gonna go week by week here, and we're gonna go based off the schedule for the first couple weeks. Because if there's a lot of high scoring games, chances are that Babe probably hit a few home runs. Well, it automatically took me here. So the Blue Jays would sweep Babe Ruth. He has 48 home runs. He's kind of been stuck there. Still 48 home runs. I don't think he's going to hit 60, guys, unless he has a fantastic end to his season. Mind you, he was on the road for the last 6 games. He is at home, 3 against Chicago, 3 against San Francisco. So we should see some dingers here. He's got 49 so far, leading the AL or the NL. Joey Gallo leads the league with 51, but he's stuck. He's stuck at 49. He's worn out. We are on September the 18th, and Babe Ruth, 50 home runs. He's got a 349 average, 457 OBP, and a 739 slugging. Look at that OPS, 1.19. But again, I don't think OOTP wants him to break his personal best. All right, let's go back and sim one more week. Same way with A-Rod back in the early 2000s. Yeah, Babe has been passed now by Kyle Schwarber. So what do we got here in terms of games? We've got doubleheader against the Dodgers, 4 games against the Dodgers at home, and then we've got 3 against Minnesota. 7 games. 7 games for Babe Ruth. For those of you that pick 60 or more, he's got to hit 10 home runs in 7 games. Not impossible. All right, let's finish the first game here. Okay, first game. Let's see. Colorado, did they play? No, they did not. So let's go ahead to the next day. On September 26th, against the Dodgers, Babe Ruth hit his 53rd home run. Okay? And in the nightcap, he got 2 home runs. So I guess he hit 2 in the first game, 1 in the second game. So he's got 53. Encouraging. 7 more. Again, against the Los Angeles Dodgers, Colorado would lose 5-3 and Babe Ruth would be held off the home run scoreboard. We head to September 29th. Don't think Babe plays on the 28th, but let's check it out. Oh, yes. 12-7 victory for Colorado, but only 1 home run. Only Montero would get a home run for Colorado. So Babe does not celebrate a home run in this 12-7 victory. What do we got left? It's not looking good. 3 games against Minnesota. Top team, 93-66. 3 games. Babe Ruth has 53 home runs. Can he get 7 home runs in 3 games? We will find out right after our last break. One more break here, guys. We'll finish off the series. We'll take a look and find out who our winner is. Back in 2 minutes. Babe, do some meditating. You're going to need it. We're back to finish off the Babe in the Matrix in Colorado, and I said the first game against Minnesota, Colorado lost 9-13, but hey, maybe Babe hit 4 home runs. We can check it out together. How did Babe do? He's got 53 so far. Home run number 54. Babe Ruth, 2 games to try and hit 6 home runs. Unlikely, but not impossible. Game number 2 against the Twins. And of course, it's taking extra long because it's probably a long game. They don't have the clock on this game here, but more likely it's because the game's trying to save. It's the end of the month. A 6-run loss to Minnesota, and Babe Ruth does not hit a home run. So unless Babe is able to hit, where's he at here? Is that 54? He needs 6 home runs in his last game. So what we need is a 24-inning game with lots of runs. Here we go. Babe, 11-9 win. So, it's not impossible. He could have 6 home runs. They got 11 runs. No. Babe would hit his 55th home run in the 7th inning. However, that would be it. And the Colorado Rockies won't make the playoffs, and Babe Ruth will not break his record. Which makes me wonder, if he can't break it in Colorado, will he be able to do it anywhere else? I don't know. It's going to happen. I know it's going to happen at some point. He'll get over 60. It's just the guessing game of where that will be. Maybe in Toronto. All right, let's go to the playoffs here before I show you the final results. So if you chose 50-59 home runs, you are in the running so far. Blue Jays, Twins, Braves, Dodgers. Get the wild card rest, and let's go to the next round. Twins, Guardians, Rangers, Blue Jays, Braves, Cards, Phillies, Dodgers. And Dodgers are always in there. Braves are always in there. Remember, these are the 2023 opening day rosters. And Braves takes 5 games, but they advance. And we also have the Rangers, Twins, and Phillies. All right. Rangers, well, they're having a really good season. Twins, I can see that. Braves for sure. Phillies maybe a little bit of a surprise over the Dodgers. And Babe is just watching. He's packing his bags because the Babe is going to get ready, Punk. Get ready, Dishnet. Get ready, Sporer. Babe is going to Detroit next year or next week. He's going to play for the Tigers. Rangers, Phillies finals as the Phillies upset the Braves. And speaking of the Braves, don't forget tonight, TJ Lauerman, 9 p.m. Eastern. Get your OOTP drops from TJ tonight at 9 p.m. Make sure you get there early because he doesn't always stay on for the full hour and a half. So get there right at 9 p.m. And our World Series winner is Texas with a 2-0 lead, 3-0. Phillies coming back. And again, we've got the game save at the end of October, leaving us in suspense. It is going to game 7, and the Texas Rangers are almost reverse swept. They will win the 2023 World Series in 7 games. That would have been embarrassing. That would have hurt being up 3-0. Okay, we will let the game calculate all these different things it does at the end of a season, and then we're going to go check out Babe's final stats. Of course, we got to check out if he wins the MVP, just in case it happens to come into play to decide the winner. And we'll check in on the bounty tournament. We should be close to the semifinals there as well. Okay, let's go to the awards. Joey Gallo, the home run leader in the Major League Baseball with 57. Babe Ruth would come second in home runs. He would lead, though, the league in RBIs over Vlad Guerrero Jr. Let's check out our 2023 award winners. All right, starting with the AL. We've got Jose Ramirez from Cleveland, your MVP in the AL. Shane Bieber, his second Cy Young Award for Cleveland. Gunnar Henderson, Rookie of the Year. And Alex Lang from the Tigers with a 1.98 ERA and 40 saves would be your reliever of the year. 40 saves for the Tigers. What was their record? Detroit, 65 and 97. Talk about MVP for your team. He got 40 saves in their 65 win season. All right, let's go and check the NL. Babe should be MVP. Absolutely. He should be the MVP. Moment of truth. Yes, he is. For only the second time in his career, Babe Ruth hits 356, 11.1 WAR, 55 home runs, is your NL MVP. Justin Verlander, his 4th Cy Young Award. Cody Senga, I'm sure I didn't pronounce that right, would be your Rookie of the Year for the New York Mets. And Iglesias would be your reliever of the year with the Braves. All right, here we go. Checking out Babe's final stats. And let's go to his history here. did he get? He got a batter of the month, player of the week, couple batter of the months. He wins the Triple Crown for the first time in this series. Babe Ruth wins the Triple Crown. Congrats. Platinum Stick Award, and of course, the MVP. Had a grand slam against Oakland, walk-off hit against Oakland, 6 RBIs against the Braves. Some of the highlights and his stats: 55 home runs, 138 RBIs, 140 runs. I got to write this down. 55, 138 RBIs. Oh, 199 hits. That was right on the border of one of the choices. And 140 runs. All right, let's bring up the spreadsheet. Well, guys, it has been a long one. So much going on in today's stream. Thank you once again, Tesuiji. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the followers today. Who do we got? We've got Gaming IQ Live. We've got Mar Bike 77 and the Wolf. The Wolf, thank you for the follow. It is a great day for baseball. Babe, you let us down. We thought this was going to be the week. Maybe it will be in Detroit. Once again, guys, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, do something nice for someone, contribute to the food bank, help those that are in need, and take what you need, give what you can. We are going to check out Dr. Dynastic in a couple minutes. As I sign off, Laptop Hound, have a wonderful day. Wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Don't forget TJ tonight. Thanks for tuning in to episode 108. I am back Thursday with Charles from Warbot, breaking down all the new cards. Do we have a teaser yet? Have you guys seen any kind of teaser? OOTP developments. If you're still in the chat, can you end us off with a teaser for Thursday's content set? Hope it's a good one. I'm sure it'll be a good one, some good cards in there. Laptop Hound, all the best to you guys. We'll see you next episode.